Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen frequently asked questions, as well as a little bit of news. There was loads of questions I got asked after the last FAQ I did last week about Star Citizen Alpha 3.0, and I'm going to go through some of the more common ones here, a little bit of Squadron 42 stuff as well. As of Tuesday the 19th of September though, there were 21 must-fix bugs remaining before Alpha 3.0 can go to Evocati, which is quite cool. We should see some more movement on that by Thursday and Friday, and we'll find out exactly what they've been working on. Water planets and the submerging of ships are being worked on. We're going to have vast oceans on some planets, hopefully going to see underwater caverns and that sort of stuff as well, but the fact that ships can be submerged, that's awesome. Quantum questions, they talked about a couple of things on there that are quite interesting. They've made massive progress on the server-side FPS and performance issue stuff. Obviously in 2.6.3, so there's more than 10 people are in a server, frame rates go right down. They are attempting to address that, as well as lots of improvement towards the client-side GPU optimization as well. VoIP and VoIP, so face over IP and voice over IP, will work with most webcams and microphones. Neither are in Alpha 3.0 though. Gamescom allowed them to identify a load of issues with the VoIP stuff, and they've been reworking face mapping so it's much more accurate. We're going to see VoIP and VoIP more at CitizenCon on the 27th of October. Ships going up in price, so some of the ships after 3.0 has been released to a live build will go up in price. More specifically, that's going to be the ones that are released with 3.0, but you can expect more and more ships as they become flight ready or as they make more milestone progress, they will go up in price. So for 3.0, that's possibly going to be the Cutlass Black because it's had its rework, the Nox bike, the Dragonfly bike, the Urza Rover, the Constellation Aquila, and the Prospector as well. And it's possible that some of the Aurora variants might go up in price as well because the Aurora's had its rework as well. A CCU or upgrade question. All Carrack and Aquila sails come with a rover and snub, even if you CCU or upgrade to. So upgrading to any ship that comes with a snub fighter or rover as standard will always be included with that package that you upgrade to. But upgrading away from a package that has a snub fighter or a rover or both to a different ship, for example, upgrading from a Constellation Aquila to a Reclaimer, you wouldn't keep your rover and your snub that the Aquila had when you upgrade to the Reclaimer, if you see what I mean. Experience and MMO type skills. Everything in Star Citizen and Squadron 42 is going to be personal skill and player understanding. You'll get good at something from practicing. There is no experience system. There may be reputation based with mission givers and that sort of stuff, which I suppose could technically be seen as experience, but that's not going to affect the way your character physically is good at something or not. Also, UEC is another one of those big factors that are going to be like your progression in the game. When you get to certain levels, you're going to have to buy more and more ships, and those ships will allow you to do stuff. Equipment allows you to do stuff, but not physical experience leveling systems or anything like that. Recruits and referrals. So you can refer friends to Star Citizen, and when they buy, I think, $45 or more worth of stuff, so like a game package or whatever, you get a recruit. 10 recruits gets you like a ship, and it goes all the way up to like 2,000 recruits, 2017 recruits, which is insane. But there are going to be some more obtainable recruit levels between 1 and 20. We don't have a date for when that's going to happen, but I'm assuming by Christmas. Star Citizen and Squadron 42 will not come to console. It is PC only. Squadron 42 should be appearing on the schedule report, hopefully in the near future, and that's going to go there before it gets released. That's what Erin said to me when I had my interview with them. There is no release date for Squadron 42 other than much sooner than a Star Citizen release, and Squadron 42 is that single player campaign of Star Citizen, and it is effectively standalone, although it does affect Star Citizen. So anything you do in Squadron 42 will be written in your journal in the Star Citizen persistent universe for that character, and even if you went back and did something in Squadron 42, it would appear in your journal effectively in the future, if you see what I mean. Missions. So sharing UEC and currency is not in 3.0. Missions and UEC awarded from those missions will be given to the player taking the quest. You could, however, share loot and crates that you find with the rest of your crew. If you do have a crew of like 3 or more or whatever, I recommend rotating who accepts the mission so they can all get effectively paid. Players will be able to create their own missions in the future, not for 3.0, but players and NPCs NPCs will both try and complete those quests. You'll be able to request emergency aid, distress signals, refuel and pickup requests with service beacons as well in the future. Multi-characters, so you're going to be able to make a second character on the same account. As long as they don't share items between them, they're not going to have like their reputations impacted. You will be able to move stuff around though. They said that any extra game packages on an account will give you extra character slots, and they'll possibly sell character slots in the future as well. You'll also be able to choose which character is the owner of particular things, so you'll be able to choose exactly who has that physical and legal ownership of an item. Reworks and updates. So all ships that get reworks will be automatically updated. So for example, the Cutlass Black that's just had its rework and it will be coming out with 3.0. If you've got a Cutlass Black, that will be updated to that reworked version. In the future, however, there will also be new versions of ships too, like Mark II, Mark III versions of those ships, the 2045 version and that sort of stuff. So these aren't reworks, they're effectively in-game lore evolutions of a ship. So there are still going to be people flying around with the Mark I Hornet, but there are also, in the future, there might be like the Mark VIII Hornet, which will effectively be a different ship. So both of those will be available at some point, sort of thing. Insurance. Lifetime insurance is bound to the hull of a ship for life. So if you sell that ship in game in the future, that lifetime insurance will follow the hull of that ship, potentially making them more valuable. All ships will have the same insurance in 3.0, however, there is no difference. In the future, though, they will have different levels of insurance, and release of the game, you do not have to worry about insurance at all. If you do lose the ships and everything, it's just for testing. You haven't lost your ships worth thousands of dollars or anything. They are literally, it's just for testing until the release of the game. Upcoming events. CitizenCon and VerseCon are coming on the 27th of October. VerseCon is the Austin version of CitizenCon, effectively, where you'll be able to watch the event live streamed there and hang out like a bar citizen. But CitizenCon's going to be an all-day event in the Capitol Theatre in Frankfurt, and that should be awesome. After that, we have the Star Citizen Anniversary live stream, which should be around the 17th or 24th of November, and then we'll have the holiday live stream around, probably this year, around the 15th of December. Now, all of these events typically have ship sales behind them, show off some cool gameplay. CitizenCon is obviously one of the highlights of the year. We're hoping to see some cool stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. This theme for this year's CitizenCon is exploring new worlds, so take that as you will. Hardware. So I get asked loads of questions about should I buy a new computer now, and what hardware should I get. Intel processors are pretty solid for gameplay at the moment. Threadrippers and Ryzens are fantastic for multi-core and threaded applications that use all these threads and stuff. So if you're a streamer, a video editor, you're doing encoding, then Ryzen and Threadrippers, they might be for you. Alpha 3.0 will make better use of multi-core and multi-threaded stuff, but it's not optimized for loads of cores yet. Expect 16 or something to be used once the full game goes live, but in the short term, Intel are possibly the best choice for pure gaming. For me, on the other hand, a Threadripper might be the better choice as I stream and I want to do video encoding and I want to make better videos. At the very least, you should wait until the 8th generation of Coffee Lake processors are out in a few weeks, and they're coming out pretty soon. That should at the very least push down the prices of other processors on the market. I'm not affiliated but Intel or AMD at all. I literally go for whatever is best for my needs. So there's some cool new stuff happening with YouTube, which is more not with Star Citizen, I suppose, but with me. There's now sponsors on YouTube, which effectively are Twitch subs, but for YouTube, which you can do live streaming stuff with. I'll see how that affects my channel. I am streaming more. I'm doing that Star Citizen talk. I'm doing VR and stuff, all on the YouTube streaming as well. So check that out and sponsor if you want. There's going to be a redacted podcast later tonight. I believe it's me, Twerk, and Noobifier tonight. We'll see if we can stream that on the YouTubes as well. And I have been totally dead recently. I am super tired and been super busy. Things will get back to normal with vehicles, but hopefully by the end of this week. So I'll get the headlines and the news up and stuff. Plus I'll be streaming Star Citizen and VR games a lot more in general, because I do want to start streaming a lot. I do enjoy streaming, and it's a good headspace for me. Anyway, every month we give away a ship. For September, it's a Nox Q. All you need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my Star Citizen videos during that particular month. Do you have any questions about Alpha 3.0, about Star Citizen's development in general, or anything that you would like to appear on the FAQ, questions, that sort of stuff? A special thanks to my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. Thank you so much, guys. If you're interested in becoming one of them, there is the link to Patreon below. But please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help me, and I will see you in the verse.